Hello everyone and welcome to this video. As you can see, I'm currently here in Sydney, Australia. You can probably see from the back is where the Sydney Harbour Bridge is. Now, Sydney is one of the very beautiful cities in the world. In fact, my first impressions of it is that it's a very livable city and really had good impressions when I arrived, like really organized. My first time here in Sydney, so I'm still really very amazed with the place. Now, I'm currently here at the area called the Circular Quay. The Circular Quay is like one of those areas which is like a piazza which actually connects the area from where the Sydney Harbour Bridge to the Opera House. So from here you can actually just walk towards the Opera House. It's in one of those sites that if you are a tourist here in Sydney, you'd probably be visiting it quite often. This is the site where the iconic places in Australia can be found, like the Sydney Harbour Bridge, as well as the Opera House, which I will show later. From this area as well, you can also see the Sydney skyline, really beautiful from there, with buildings from very famous hotels like Marriott, Shangri-La, and maybe other buildings from other famous companies. Now, getting here was quite easy for me. I am staying at the CBD area, so I can just really walk towards here. But if you want to just travel through train, there's a station called Circular Quay, and you can just drop off from that station. I'm just walking here into this Circular Quay area, and it's still really early in the morning, but as you can see, the crowd is already picking up. If you want to come here for pictures, I think the best would be really early morning. You can travel in here in the different places through the Opal card. So the Opal card is like similar to the Oyster card in London. You just top it up and you can just go to different places. But the train stations also allow contactless card, and I think contactless is more convenient because if you are here for a short stay and just really as a tourist, there could be that possibility that some of the credits in your Opal card wouldn't be used, and I just don't want a hassle of really thinking about processing for the refund. So I have opted for the contactless option. So I'm just here in the area. As I was walking along, I can now see the Sydney Opera House. In this area of the Circular Quay, you can see the Sydney Harbour Bridge and as well as the Sydney Opera House. And as a bonus, also a very great view of the Sydney skyline. Now, in this site, it's really one of those key places that I'm very sure people would really visit quite often. It has a very good view of the two of the very iconic places in not just in Sydney but also in Australia. I mean, Australia is very famous for Sydney Harbour Bridge and as well as the Sydney Opera House. The Sydney Harbour Bridge, I hear that quite often during New Year's time for New Year's celebration. They have a massive fireworks in this area. This area lights up during New Year's Eve, and it's featured in news like CNN. Yeah, the massive fireworks is really something that's popularly featured at the same level as other cities when they celebrate their New Year's Eve, like London and Dubai. So they have a very good fireworks display, and this one is really one of those, I think, top-notch New Year's Eve celebrations so far. Something that I haven't experienced yet, but hopefully, I'll experience it in the future. Now I've just entered the Royal Botanical Gardens, and that finishes my walk here at the Circular Quay area, and I hope you've enjoyed this mini video feature of the Circular Quay area, also featuring the very iconic places like the Sydney Opera House and the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Thank you very much for watching this video.